An officer picks a fight with two men and uses his taser and a chokehold. The same officer, 4 years later, sideswipes a fleeing suspect with his SUV.
He said that it was the worst pain that he's ever felt.
Court records show Officer Jeffrey Nelson of the Auburn Police Department had more than 60 use of force reports since 2012. Jennifer Allen's husband suffered 2 broken ankles and a dislocated shoulder after being hit by Nelson's SUV.
I'm not saying all cops are bad, because they're not. A cop's job or a sheriff's job is to serve and protect, not abuse, kill, and, neglect what they're supposed to do.
It wasn't until the death of Jesse Saray in 2019, Nelson's 3rd fatal police shooting, that he faced serious consequences. He's currently awaiting trial for 2nd-degree murder.
Mr. Nelson has waived his presence at this hearing.
If there's a pattern of violence, then it just speaks to their credibility. It speaks to their exercise of judgment.
One police accountability tool that's getting renewed attention after the George Floyd killing are so-called Brady Lists. They help prosecutors keep tabs on officers with credibility issues. If an officer is placed on a list, prosecutors may refuse to take their cases. Brady Lists stem from a 1963 Supreme Court ruling, but are not mandatory. The Associated Press surveyed 44 prosecutors' offices and found no consistency or standards, and some offices won't make them publicly available. Defense attorney Mohammed Hammoudi argues that excessive use of force should be a criterion for Brady Lists.
If a police officer is using force all the time, then there's something going on. So what you have to do is dig deep, and you have to find out what the nature of that force was and understand it, and ask whether this officer is exercising good judgment.
But King County Prosecutor Dan Satterberg doesn't believe excessive use of force reflects on an officer's ability to tell the truth.
A sustained finding of dishonesty, a sustained finding of biased policing, or a criminal conviction, those can be relevant. An officer who was accused of using too much force in an unrelated arrest, it has nothing to do with the impeachment of their veracity.
Nelson is currently on paid administrative leave. His attorney declined to comment.
Police officers like Jeff Nelson, who is responsible for 3 deaths.
The families of those who've had encounters with Nelson say he should have been flagged much earlier in his career.
We pulled up the files on how many people didn't have the opportunity to speak up because of what this officer has done to their families. And my heart goes out to every last one of them.
Alan Breed, Associated Press.